There we go. Hello, everyone. Whether you're attending live or watching later on the recording, welcome. I'm Sarah, go by Long Haul Yogi, and this is my celebrating the Summer Solstice Reiki Yoga event, which is quite a mouthful. But actually, this is actually a week post Summer Solstice, so happy solstice. But at the same time, in my mind, this is more about celebrating like the sun and the solar plexus. With that in mind, I actually brought a few flowers along from the garden, which are lovely, I do, lovely yellow, lovely solar plexus color, which I thought would help to get us in the mood. This is my first ever Reiki yoga session, so I'm trying something a bit different. I've taught yoga for 10 years, and I have been attuned to Reiki for about 6 months now, and I'm keen to see if I can combine the two together and see how that works out. So this is my inaugural session of combining yoga and Reiki together. And the type of yoga that it is Yin yoga, which is very much a very still meditative practice. We basically go into some supported poses, and the idea is to find stillness and go to a comfortable depth for you. So listen to your own body, and then rest for some time. So whilst you're resting for some time, I will be offering remote Reiki to you. And so the progression of the sequences, whilst we are focused on the solar plexus today predominantly, the yoga will basically go focusing from the top of the head to the feet. And so as we move through the poses, I will be working on different areas of the body, working down the chakras, down the central line of the body. Okay, so but to be honest, if you really just came for the Reiki, then by all means feel free to just rest and completely relax, and that's fine. Do what feels good for you. At the same time, if you prefer you came for the yoga, you can ignore my Reiki suggestions. It's all good. Um, Here's a few links. I decided not to do the background music in the Learn It Live session because the last time the audio didn't sound as good as I'd hoped. So if you'd like the what I recommend as the sound bowl background music, you can click on the first link. Obviously, click on it into a different device, and then you can have the background music playing whilst the session is playing on your main device. Okay. I thought I would also, before we get started, just mention a few other things. My Reiki Healing membership, which is a subscription model sending remote healing 10 times per calendar month, is available. And my next block of restorative healing yoga is taking place in August, from the 1st of August, and it's about it's the summer sessions, so it's definitely relevant to this particular session, which is about the sun. So I hope to see you there. And then also my next remote Reiki event, the Learn It Life exclusive, is coming up at the end of July, and so that's the final link. Okay. So just before we get started, please make sure that you have either a yoga bolster, or if you don't have a yoga bolster, 2 or 3 preferably firm-ish pillows we'll be using for some support. Otherwise, please lie down either on your yoga mat if you have one, or you can actually do this in bed, lying on your bed if you wish. So we're going to lie down flat on the back to begin. And if you have a sore back, feel free to use your bolster or cushions actually supporting underneath the knees. All right. So how this is going to work is I'm going to be demonstrating the yoga poses, so you know what to do. But when you find stillness, please just stay there. And obviously, I will need to be using my hands a bit in order to send the Reiki. So hopefully, it will make sense as we go along. But please just get nice and comfortable, either lying on your back, um, palms facing up. If you have a sore back or difficulties, feel free to take an alternative pose to begin. Let's just settle into the session today. Try and find a little calm, noticing what we came in here with, and just see if you can leave that to one side and take this time to truly rest. So relaxing the forehead, soft, relaxed. Relaxing the shoulders away from ears. Soft and relaxed. The palms are open, facing upwards, soft and relaxed. And the hips are gently resting, nice and heavy and relaxed. And your feet, they can just flop out to the side slightly. And we'll find some stillness in Shavasana. And to begin, I'd like you to focus on your breath and see if you can breathe deeply into the abdomen, pushing up your belly and activating the solar plexus area, which is around the diaphragm, above the navel. Just see if you can have a few deep, slow, luxurious belly breaths, very slowly. And with each focused breath, just see if you can relax just 5% more, 10% more. Feeling your body becoming heavier and heavier, more and more relaxed. And as we're focusing on the sun, on light, on this solstice moment, see if you can imagine your chakra above your head like a ball of glowing light, a few feet above your head. It's turning like fire, like the sun. You can feel the warmth radiating down onto the crown of your head. Just imagine that ball of warm, loving light starts to pour down through the top of your head, warming your head. It comes down through your head, through your neck, through your chest, down your arms, down through your fingers. Bring this warm light down through your whole body, down the belly, down the hips and legs, all the way down to your feet, until you've bathed in this warm glow of glistening golden light. As you have your slow belly breaths, just imagine this light is getting stronger and more vivid as we bathe in this sunshine light. Until you're completely surrounded by a pillar of light. With each out breath, imagine the light is pushing further and further away, so you're just glowing more and more. This light feels so loving and supportive and restful. As we go through the Reiki Yoga today, I wish for you just see if you can focus on being surrounded by golden loving light. Just stay resting here and I will begin to send you some Reiki. As I begin the healing, you might notice something if you are more sensitive, or it might not feel like much at all, but either way, just keep resting. If it does feel like a lot, just keep focusing on your breath. Know that it can only help, cannot hinder you. Starting at the top of the head, just noticing if any muscles are holding on, just see if you can give that some ease, sort of melting into the ground or bed supporting you. And as I provide some Reiki to you, feel free to set an intention of what particularly you would like healing directed to today. Knowing that Reiki energy is intelligent, it will go wherever it's needed naturally. Just slowly bending the knees, rolling onto the side. Take a moment, and then we're going to slowly push up to a seated position. And I want you to open your hips out a little bit to about mat distance apart and planting your soles of your feet down there. And we're going to position the pillow or bolster so you're just leaning forward. So don't don't curve the spine, to see if you can pivot forward at the hips. It doesn't have to be very far. And then we're going to place your forehead resting into the pillow. Okay? And just hold this position for a couple of minutes while I work on the third eye chakra. If this doesn't feel comfy for your hips, you can also just go into a cross-legged position. Just see if you can rest your forehead into the bolster or pillow. And just see if you can find some stillness there. I won't be holding this pose quite as long. Keep breathing into the belly, slowly releasing, without forcing, soft and relaxed. Okay, gently releasing up from that. And place the bolster or pillow across the mat. And just coming forward onto your front. And we're going to come into a supported sphinx pose. So see if you can get your elbows to touch the ground, and then see if you can rest your chin into your hands. Feel free to adjust the pillow as if it feels like too deep a back bend. Just see if you can find a point which feels comfortable to hold. And then we'll begin to work on your jaw and throat chakras. Chakra. Again, to see if you can find a point that feels comfortable enough to rest here for a little while. Big toes together, touching, and heels gently apart. If at any time this feels like you're holding it for too long and you need to release, just feel free to release your head down to a mat and rest. I won't stay too much longer. Keep breathing. Feeling the belly expand into the mat beneath you. Okay, and gently we're going to push back, buttocks towards heels, and opening the knees wide, and then coming into a wide child's pose. You can either use your bolster between your knees and relax onto that, or if it feels more comfortable without the bolster or pillow, just choose what feels good for you. And again, just find some stillness and rest here a while. Working on your thymus chakra and then the heart chakra. See if you can melt your heart down towards the mat. Soften and relax through the chest. Completely surrendering like a rag doll. Just really flop down. That's good. If you feel a lot happening, just keep breathing. Just let it, allow it, it will pass. If any emotions arise, just let them come. Better out than in, as we say here. Okay, so gently and carefully, it's coming up slightly, and you can leave the pillow or bolster basically like that, and we're just going to rotate around so that you're sitting at the base of the pillows, and then we're just going to recline down onto the pillows or bolster, and you can straighten your legs and bring your arms out to the side, palms facing up, and now we're working on your solar plexus. So again, focusing on the breathing, energizing. Where attention goes, energy flows. We're focusing on above the navel, the diaphragm area. And as I work on the solar plexus area, I'd like you to think of that I am statement, something confident and positive and uplifting. Whatever springs to mind is perfect. And just repeat that to yourself inside your head a few times. And here, see if you can bring to mind in your mind's eye the sun. Imagine the fiery sun directly above you. See its yellow and gold and fiery colors, oranges, reds. See it alive, moving. And feel that warmth radiating down. So you're basking in the sunlight, the solar energies. Imagine the heat of the sun radiating down across your whole of your front body, warming your forehead, your cheeks, your chest, arms and palms of the hands, warming the abdomen, maybe the fronts of the legs, tops of the feet. And with every in-breath, just imagine you're soaking in that solar energy across all of your skin. The largest organ of the body is your skin. Imagine you're breathing in that solar energy, that powerful, confidence boosting energy, life giving. That's good. We'll stay here a little while longer. We focus on the solar plexus, but if it starts to become uncomfortable in this gentle back bend, feel free to just remove the pillow from underneath you and rest flat back. Taking the time to energetically clean and clear any blockages in your solar plexus. I imagine it becoming more and more shiny and bright yellow, glowing more and more vividly with every breath into that area. Okay, and slowly and gently, see if you can carefully come up to back to seated position. Let's bring in the knees and just hug the knees into the chest for a quick counter pose. And then please turn the bolster the other way. And I actually want you to almost sit on it and recline back. And we're going to come into a supported bridge pose. And feel free to make any adjustments. You want the bolster or pillows to be comfortably supporting your pelvis and hips. If it doesn't feel comfortable, then it's not in the right position. So just wiggle it until you find yourself comfortably supported. It doesn't have to be the deepest wheel pose ever. And when you're comfortable, you can stay with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, or you can extend your legs out straight and resting on your heels. And if you want to deepen it again, you can lift the arms up above your head and resting your hands down on the floor. So just find what works for you, and then again seek some stillness. And I'll be working on your abdomen and sacral. And as you are in this extended bridge pose, you might want to return back to the sensation of being in a pillar of light. Imagine your whole being is surrounded by bright light that shone down from above your head, covering your whole body in a supportive, healing, protective light. And with every breath, you can imagine it getting brighter and bigger and more vibrant. Imagine with every in-breath, you're puffing up the energy surrounding the body, extending the aura away bigger and bigger. Again, feel free to adjust if your back or hips do not feel quite comfortable. And again, if you feel like it's feeling a little powerful, a little intense, just keep breathing, breathe through it. even the sharpas. Once again, checking if any muscles are holding on, tensing. Just see if you can just give that some ease. Surrendering down, letting the pillow and the floor or bed support you fully. Okay, and bring your arms down if they're above your head, and bend your knees, planting the feet down flat. And you're ready, just lift up slightly and push the bolster and pillow out of the way, and then bring your spine down to rest on the ground. And we'll again hug the knees in towards the chest. And you might want to rock from side to side. Feel free to bring your forehead towards the knees for a deeper counter stretch. Okay, and then we're coming into the final pose before we rest fully. We're going to bring the bolster or pillow actually between the legs, and we're going to wrap the ankles around the bolster, and you can wrap your arms around the bolster or pillow too. This is supported happy baby. Again, just find whatever feels comfy that you can hold it in stillness for some time. And now working on your hips and root chakra. Resting here is a while longer, but could you just change your ankles so that the top ankle is rotated to below, just to even up the joints? I'll send Reiki into your knees next. And gently release ankles, open out, and you can place a pillow or bolster to one side, or you can put it underneath your knees again if you want to support lower back. Might as well just straighten the legs and find stillness in the final resting pose, Shavasana. Palms facing up. Finishing off by giving Reiki through the soles of your feet. Feel it warming your feet, supporting all your joints in your toes, feet, ankles, all the tendons and muscles, getting all nicely warmed up. And as you rest here, I'll return briefly back to the solar plexus area in the core. As you rest, let today's work integrate. I'm going to read some I am affirmations. Just let it soak over you without analyzing. I am calm. I am confident. I am powerful. I am strong. I am worthy. I can achieve anything. I am fearless. I am positive. I am motivated. I am beautiful. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of full health. I am supported. I am stronger than my fears. I am resilient. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. If one of those resonated with you, feel free to repeat it to yourself a few times. That completes the Reiki practice. And take a few minutes to rest. When you're ready, you can roll onto the side, bending your knees. Take a few nourishing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. And then carefully keep your eyes closed if you wish, pushing up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together in front of your heart center and tipping your head towards your heart, the center of true wisdom, and towards your solar plexus. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for attending today, whether in person or on the recording. It's so great to have you here, and I hope to see you at the next summer series, the 5 blocks of classes, or a Reiki event taking place, I think the 27th of July.